And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready. Leo. Snap.
They'll run on first down. Hernandez. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Watch the safety creep. Get it.
Back to throw. Montgomery nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Bears take over.
Set, ready, 8, read. Check. Watch the run. Go.
On first down, Cameron. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2nd and 11. Rolling to his right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a long day. Protein spill.
From the gun, Montgomery. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Throwing on first down. Montgomery. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 59 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
You draw quarter. Shoot.
They'll try the left side. Cameron. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
That first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side. Hernandez. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On first down, Montgomery, incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Switch. Greystone travel. Ready.
To throw again. Montgomery. This is complete to Hawkins. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. And they will not get a chance to return this one. As it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. And that play got bottled up.
On 2nd down now, it's Hawkins, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
You can't block me. Hey, team 6. Look at me. Zipper. 54. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Montgomery going down the middle, and it's complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go now. 30 base.
Here we go, G. Hey,
Go.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Right there.
Yep.
Right there. 54 Mike. What we got? 54 is Mike.
Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Montgomery. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
General West.
I'm coming after you. Mike's 54.
Hey, wahoo. Hustle now.
Throwing again. Montgomery. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Hernandez. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Give them an even 20 yards there on the pickup as a fake punt fooled everybody. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Montgomery. He'll let this go for the end. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. As his guys are in for 6 as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Looking to throw. And he coughed it up. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Drop deep. He's crashing.
Go.
He's checking crap.
They'll run on first down. Cameron, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in.
And look at this, it's a fake. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Set, ready, 10-2 stop. We want it. Come Montgomery.
Throwing on first down. Montgomery. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Here we go. 18 Gators.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st down, Montgomery. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready, set.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Speed trip.
Operating from the gun, Montgomery. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Look at me. Go.
Now a give right side. Hawkins. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And his kick is good. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
61, matchbox lights. 5.
They're going to try and throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Hey, Delta.
Check.
Look, squeeze. Get it.
They'll look to throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Undercrush.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hernandez. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run.
Here's 2nd and 8. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Zoo.
You ain't doing nothing today.
No.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Check Mike, Mike.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Hit it.
Back to throw. Montgomery throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. From the gun, Montgomery got his man complete over the middle. It's Hawkins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Ready.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Move. Hey, Charlie. Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Montgomery. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 1st and 10, Montgomery firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now a first carry for their fullback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Down. 10 logo. Get it.
On 2nd down, it's Hernandez. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On the double. Twist on travel.
Even. Throw it down.
Leo. Let go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Big Ripper.
On 1st down, Cameron. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
On the ready.
At the 36-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go. 10-2 start.
59. All right, D, let's turn. All right, D. Shift.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Hey.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. And let's
Recon, 132 fighter.
twist. Watch the twist.
Shoot.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he's into the clear. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right?
And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. We know this defense has some... Playmakers, we saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And some strong running. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Ready, ready.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Go. Say go.
He'll try the left side. Cameron. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
At the 41-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator.
Night, night, sweetheart.
Hard, hard.
Kill. Check the backer, check the backer. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On the
On 2nd down now. Davison, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
15.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll keep it on the ground. Davison. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Ready,
A
break.
critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Man up, D. Check 3, check 3.
Right on.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man. That's Wallace. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
On 3rd down, Davison. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hernandez. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's short. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Here I come. Here I come.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike to 59. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now the Bucs going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's short. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Ready, set. Pick it up.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Rock it.
He's checking.
Look at me. Door.
Kill.
Go. 61, matchbox lights. Hit it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Look. Squeeze. Ready. Let's go.
They'll try the left side. Hernandez. He's got a first down past the 30. And down to the 19-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Buccaneers, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.